Okay. Yeah, focus. Okay, so hi everyone, and welcome to Nursing and Therapy. Fortunately, this is the first video. Yeah, and we have a lovely team here. Yeah. Okay, so this is the face to Nursing and Therapy. My name is Adobe Okoye, and I am a nurse, and we are all nurses. This is Ebuka, and that is Barry.
Hi guys.
Barakat. Hello. Okay, so it's still a very lovely day, and the last time I was on this channel, I said I was going to come back for a very important and interesting topic to discuss about, and we're going to be talking about some things: the struggles of nurses, importance of nursing, or why nursing is okay or good, and why you need to study nursing. There's a disclaimer attached to this video, please. As much as we're talking about the struggles of nursing or nurses, also let you know that a lot of things are going to change. It's not like things are permanent. Okay, every profession has its own challenges. So it's just to inform you and then give you tips on how to manage these challenges. Yeah, so it shouldn't discourage you. If you're a young person intending to be a nurse, it shouldn't discourage you from doing what you want to do, what you love. Yeah, I shouldn't, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about, let me just introduce nursing briefly. Even before Florence Nightingale, yeah, according to research, I learned that there were still nurses before Florence. But why it looks like she's well known is because she introduced nursing using some scientific observations, and yeah, she was learned even before going into nursing, so she didn't just start practicing nursing. So she was the one that started the scientific aspect of nursing, and now it has evolved to a more scientific aspect. So nursing is very scientific now, and I just want to let you know as well that everything that nurses do, it's evidence-based, it's research. So if you're giving a patient a cup of water, there is a reason for giving that patient a cup of water.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, so generally nursing is more like taking care of people, your loved ones especially. That was what it was in the past. But now it's a profession because it's now scientific, it's now more scientific, and it has past that stage of taking care of just your loved ones, that's your family and your friends, to taking care of both strangers, people that you don't know. And in that aspect, in that process, you just build that relationship and mutual relationship with them, because believe me, you need to have that relationship with your patients in order to give the complete care you need to give. So even as a nurse, you need to be physically, mentally, psychologically, everything emotionally okay before you start attending to someone else.
Financially as well.
I said that was important. Okay, so let's just start off with discussing the struggles of nursing. I'm just looking into my laptop here because I have them scripted down. Yeah. So let's discuss the challenges of nursing. And one of the major challenges or issues nurses are facing is the 12-hour shift and the shortage that we experience. Yeah. Because imagine going to work in the morning at 7 o'clock, or before 7 o'clock, sorry, and then you're going back home around 8:30. And you're expected as a nurse to be okay. Like you can't just break down. Like you need to know what you're doing, because you can't say, oh, because I'm tired, you now give the wrong medication to a patient. So you have to do that 12 hours and you're on your feet. So you're physically and mentally stressed while carrying out care, and you're expected to also be smart. Like how do I put it?
Well, I think it's not really about the long shifts or early shifts or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the responsibility that comes with nursing.
Yeah.
There is quite high responsibility that comes with nursing. Well, some people say patient might be looking at it as if it is just give medications and do vital signs. That's it. Nursing has evolved to the extent of you you can even make your own diagnosis. There's what we call nursing diagnosis.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, you can treat your patient. Okay. And being that you are always in contact with the patient all the time, you know what is really happening with the patient. At some point, you can even know more than the doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
What is really happening with the
You
patient.
literally know more about the patient
Right.
than the doctors.
So all these things makes you work even more harder, because people will look at it as if it's okay, it's just to give medication that has been prescribed. So what is there? Okay. But I'm just saying that it's more than what it looks like. Okay.
It's really more than
So
what it looks like,
it's
actually.
very intensive. It's not about the long day.
Yeah.
Other people do long days,
Yeah.
actually.
And then you don't just do nursing job as well.
Exactly.
Being a nurse.
Exactly.
Yeah, everything to the patients.
Yeah.
To the patient, to the staff, to the doctors, to
Yeah.
everyone around.
Yeah.
You're everything, literally everything. They expect nurses to like know everything.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, you're taking care of that patient physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and you as a nurse should also be fit to do all this before passing it on to someone else.
Well, you're supposed to be fit anyway.
Okay, so just like Ebuka said, the 12 hours is not the problem, but then the responsibilities that nurses have to carry out to take care of their patient very well. And then this is one of the issues we have. And then the second one being, emotional involvement. I don't know if you've noticed that some nurses, it's just like after when you're done with work, from work, and you're going home, and you're then thinking, oh God, I just hope this patient is going to be all right. I hope I give the right medication. Sometimes you go as far as praying for a patient to get well, because you're ready. Nursing, for you to actually practice your nursing very well, there's this attachment you have with this patient, and you just want to get back to work and then hear that something happens to this patient. So you find yourself hoping that this patient gets well, and even praying for the patient. You, as a human being, you have your own problems, but it's more like carrying other people's responsibilities as well as your own responsibilities. So I feel like the emotional involvement is part of the challenges, the struggles nurses also face in the profession.
I think the thing is inherent in nursing. Like, nursing cannot do without emotional impact. Whether on you as a nurse or on the patient, there's nothing you can do without it. Okay. And there's nobody in nursing that would want to come to work and make the patient even worse.
Unhappy, yeah.
Okay. So all you are trying to do is just to get the patient to get better. All right. So even another thing I'm talking about as well is on you as a person, as a nurse looking after this patient. Well, most times you're not supposed to be. Nursing say we should be empathic and not showing sympathies to people. But you as a human being, there's no how you can throw away about your emotions.
Yeah.
Okay, so sometimes you can really be struggling with stuff, but you are not allowed to show that while you are at work. Okay, so that's the reason why they said you should be emotionally stable before you can delve into nursing.
Okay, yeah. So, Barry, do you have anything to add? Okay. We've dealt with two of it now. The issues we have in nursing, and I think we'll just go into the third one, being nurses exposed to or being exposed to infections and diseases. So I'll give one big example. When COVID hit the world, a lot of people worked from home.
I was scared.
Exactly. A lot of people worked from home. A lot of people that were doing jobs that don't have to be direct with patients. But if you're a health worker, I mean, both doctors and med lab scientists, but now I'm talking specifically about nursing, because nurses are there with the patient 2/4/7. Yeah, so at that time, nurses were still going to work, and although the government provided like PPEs, but believe me, a lot of people still had COVID. A lot of nurses had COVID. So, and at the point where you are, taking care of those patients having some kind of ailments or diseases, you know that this patient has got this problem, but you don't have to make it known. Like, you don't have to make the patient feel depressed or dejected or rejected because the patient has got this problem. So as much as you know this is happening, you just have to be professional, attend to your patient, wear your PPE, and then just you don't have to make the patient feel bad. So it's one of the struggles that nurses also face, right?
Yeah, actually, because I feel like most nurses don't even run from getting, I don't want to say they don't run from getting infected. Like, they feel like it's a normal thing. It's not like you not
Yeah.
protect yourself. It's not like you not protect yourself, but if it comes, then it gets treated. But if it doesn't, then you're fine. I've never got COVID before, have you?
No, I'm not.
I've not
got
got
it. Surprisingly.
I've got it.
I've not got COVID before. But I'm sure I've been in contact with COVID patients.
Yeah,
I've contracted
yeah.
COVID actually. I've suffered from it as well.
Yeah.
And it's not like you didn't use PPEs when attending to them.
Well,
Even this-
I've got
Even this
everything
diarrhea and
on.
vomiting, this,
Yeah.
what's it called that they used to have on the wards and all of that. Like that, you
Well,
just,
nosocomial infection is part and parcel of nursing,
Mhm.
whether you
yeah,
like it
yeah.
or
whether
not.
I like it or not.
So
yeah.
the only thing you can actually do for yourself is to protect yourself the best way you can, whether by eating good, adequate diet, using your PPEs is really important. But you can't take away infections
No.
from nursing. I've worked in a couple of wards. There's a certain time I was working in a respiratory ward. Basically, what we get there is mostly tuberculosis patients. Okay. And there's no way you will say, this patient has got tuberculosis, I cannot take care of this patient.
Yeah.
Unless
yeah.
you've got some criteria that's showing that you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
You understand?
Some
But at that
health
time,
challenges.
I've got no excuses.
Yeah.
You understand? So you have to take care of this patient while still having your PPs on. Okay? And eating adequate diet as
Yeah,
well.
eating well. Very
So
important.
you can't run away from
You
it.
can't run away from it.
It's just for you to take
You
care
can't
of
run away
yourself.
from it. So there are the major, or should I say, the differences between someone not in the health field, especially not in nursing,
Yeah.
and people that are in nursing, because you're exposed to a lot of things. I'm not saying that the other professions don't have their own issues, no, but here it's about nursing.
It's
too.
about
I think
nursing.
nurses are like more
Prone to,
more prone to
yeah.
having all these things, because
Yeah.
many nurses come down with one thing or the other.
At the end of the
So
day.
like, because you are really close to the patient.
Well, anybody that works in the hospital is at high risk of getting infections. But when you are grading it, nursing is at the
At the
topmost
top,
Yeah.
floor.
Because they are always with the patients. Okay, so we're down with 3 now. We have just few more remaining.
More to go.
So the fourth one is this is a very, should I say, sensitive, and it's also very important, and it's about poor treatment we get from patients. I mean, saying it now, I'm kind of emotional because
I know you have a lot to say.
Oh my God!
Everyone has, in one way or the other, experienced it. It goes a long way when you're taking care of someone and the person says thank you. You know what thank you does? Like, even if it just gives you that hope, it gives you that thing. There's this thing that gives you to want to do more for that patient. But then when you're in a situation whereby you're taking care of a patient and a patient is busy maybe saying some things that are using some words that are not supposed to be used, or making you feel like you don't know what you're doing, or you don't even know how to take care of the patient. I mean, all these things, what does it makes the nurse feel like, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm done with nursing. And compared to what other people do, I'm here doing this for you and so that you get well, and you're making me feel like I'm not doing enough. So it's a very difficult thing for nurses not to be appreciated. And appreciate what your nurses do for you, because believe me, nurses do a lot. People see nurses like they are just like angels, but we're still human beings. Nurses do
Am I
a lot.
an angel? Angel Ebuka.
I don't know. But we literally do everything on the world, like down to even getting patient their meals, do
Because
everything.
you actually, if you have a patient that is not really feeding well, you see that you sometimes you go and
The funny thing is, even the people that know, like, let me use domestic staff for instance, and they know their job, but they
Mhm.
still expect nurses to come and
Assist.
and assist. Healthcare, they know their job,
Because
they still expect nurses to come and assist.
Well, you assist everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah,
Everyone
everything.
available.
Everyone.
So you don't really need to complain about that because this is what nursing.
It's
This
about-
is
No,
what all.
wait. Hold on.
Relax.
What
I'm
saying?
talking about from the foundation of nursing.
Yes, I know.
You
We
know-
understand.
You know about Florence and
Mhm.
how she went about all her duties.
But we are trying to change
She
the narrative.
Even during the war,
Yeah.
Florence Nightingale was there to help people fighting. All right.
Yes, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying, nursing has actually evolved, and it's better to actually change the narrative, especially for people that don't know. I'm not saying it's wrong for people to, want nurses to help, but I'm just saying, for instance, now, if you see a doctor and a nurse, or a physiotherapist and a nurse, before you would go and meet that physiotherapist to help you, get coffee for a patient, you go and meet the nurse. Why? You can actually ask anybody for help. What if the nurse is actually very busy? I find that very.
I understand what you mean.
I don't.
Anyway.
You get what I'm saying?
But
Nothing can. Yes, we help. We offer our help most times. Yeah, but I mean, people are already taking it for granted. Like it's something you should do. They're not seeing it as something you're helping them do. They're seeing it as something that you have to do. Which I don't think it should be so. Do you get what I'm
I understand
saying?
where you're coming from, but I think everyone here is trying to play safe as well. You understand? Because the nurses probably do have enough information about this patient. Okay, like you said, someone might need to get a coffee for a patient and they'll be waiting for the nurse. What if that patient is not supposed to take coffee? What if the patient is nearby a mouth?
That instance is different.
You understand?
So
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's trying to play safe. You understand?
Well, I know everybody's trying to play safe, but I'm not talking in that direction. I'm just saying generally, not
So I think
playing safe or anything.
I think right now, yeah, we are nurses, but we have got like help. Everyone has their own job description.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, so everything shouldn't be left for the nurses.
For the nurses to
So
do.
but we need to actually we also put like looking towards the people assisting us. They're also doing. Yeah, we don't have to just leave it for them and then you're supposed to do this. So job descriptions are different, but we as nurses also look into it. So I mean, to just say generally, you see that still nurses are still doing everything.
Everyone, you get what I'm saying?
Okay, so can never get enough of this anyway.
Yeah.
So we can go all, and then a lot is happening in nursing actually. But let's go back to the next point, which is we have nursing or nurses shortage. Now, we all know that, I think it's a global thing that nurses are needed everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere. If you go to every country actually, if you go to even Nigeria, even the US, the UK, Canada, nurses are needed everywhere. And the funny thing about this is that because it's looking like, should I say it's nurses' responsibilities, there are a lot. You see that nurses they are burning out. Nurses are being stressed. A lot of responsibilities. So what happens?
I need a vacation.
But what happens at the end?
You cannot run away.
No. So what happens at the end of the day? Nurses are burning out. They are getting tired. What happens? New nurses are coming in. The ones there are burning out and leaving. Okay, and then the ones retiring are retiring. So it's like a cycle. Things are still changing. Like the same thing still happening. People are coming into nursing. People are leaving because of the stress, and people that are retiring are still retiring. No, we have some people that are still coming back. People that are coming back, they are few compared to those leaving nursing. Am I wrong or right?
Well, I think you're right.
So because the shortage, another thing that happened now is the nurse to patient ratio is increasing. So you can have just one nurse taking care of 9 to 12 patients.
Exactly, yeah.
And you're expected to be sane and do everything for that patient. I just have to also put it here that's why some managers and some matrons they strive to ensure that as a nurse, please take your break. You don't have to joke with your break. Even if you just to, just nip out or just to walk around or just to, take in that fresh air. It's very important because it can revive you. You may be going nuts or, going a lot of things in your head, but if you just go out, stretch your legs and
if you
breathe
take fag too, take fag and come back,
you feel better, and then you're expected to drink water. So I'm going to, should I say, applaud. Let me just give it up to them. Some of the managers and matrons that are ensuring that
you guys are doing well.
ensuring that their nurses are always taking their breaks. Like thumbs up to them. It's a task. It's a big task, a big one. So have you got anything?
Shortage in nursing is something that is really what nurses are struggling with actually. And I think one of the reasons is because people can no longer take it anymore.
Yeah.
So most of them just retire.
Yeah.
You can see nurses of about let's say 30 something years retiring and moving into another profession. It's not like they are retiring and going back to your houses. They're retiring and moving to another profession. Say probably opening up their own shop because it's tedious. Nursing is tedious. That's one reason why we are struggling with these shortages. Okay. So it's killing. It's killing.
Let's even leave bedside generally, even the specialty nurses, because I learned that pain management nurses they were just 2 nurses covering the whole. Even just going about. How many referrals we get done for patients, and then they go about seeing patients around.
Talk about critical care nurses as well. It's a lot. It's really
stressful.
Yeah.
They don't have. They're really short of staff too around in all those areas. Not even.
And what happens when this person is tired then?
That's the thing.
The person retires.
That's the thing.
That's the thing now.
They
they get fed up of the whole thing. Yeah, and it's, like I said, it's a cycle. Things just so it looks like every year countries are recruiting because they need nurses. People are leaving. So I think we're remaining. There are just about 3 points.
You would always find vacancy for nurses.
Yeah, you would. One good thing, you would. You
can
never.
But what do you think that might be the causes?
Possible.
The shortage.
Burnout.
Burnout. Yeah, that's one of them.
Burnout. They're tired.
What again do you think?
Lack of payment.
Yeah, poor
That's
payment.
it.
Poor payment.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to be collecting shit money.
Yeah, exactly.
Money, it's not compared to the responsibilities.
It's not encouraging.
At least even if you're trying to kill yourself, trying to work yourself,
should be looking up to something.
At least it should be worth it.
When the money is worth it.
The money should be worth it.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why most nurses go straight into agencies because agencies pay well.
Yeah.
So I think it's about the payment as well, because if you're paying the nurses well, you'll be able to retain them. But since they are taking the peanuts, they will just decide to go into agencies. If they are doing the work, killing themselves, they will be looking at the pay slip and they will be smiling.
Smiling.
So,
Smiling at something.
So I think the payment as well.
Yeah, the payment.
Okay, so like I said, if we keep talking about each point, we keep dragging it, something like that. We have to keep going all over because it's a lot. We have a lot to talk about when it comes to nurses and their struggles, the challenges we face.
And we can't finish it.
We can't finish it. So what I'm going to do now is we have about 3 more points. So I'm going to compress it just to save time because we have other things we want to discuss about.
Please do.
And I know you're tired. Just calm down.
No, just compress it because we can't finish it today.
It's a lot. So
we open up chapter 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a lot to talk about.
Okay, so but let's just compress this story and some of the issues. We have the technological advancement, communication challenges, and lack of support from your workplace. So just to highlight some things about them. About the technological aspect of nursing. Technology is good, please don't get us wrong, yeah? But it has helped nursing very well. Extremely, it has made things easier because you get sometimes we don't carry paper around again.
Nurses.
Yahoo nurses were 24/7 Yahoo nurses, but
So we don't get to carry files or paper around like that. Everything is in the computer, everything is in the system, use an electronic medical records. Okay. But then it has its own challenges. Not everybody is it technology savvy. Not everybody likes the system. Not everybody likes computer. So, and the funny thing is that if you move from one, let's say one country to another, you may have to go and start doing trainings again on how to use a particular software. Believe me, you do the training. If you have to start all over again. So you're not just managing your patient. You're not just dealing with let's say your own training as a health person. You're also dealing with training, your computer training. So it's not, especially people that don't find it interesting, like it's very difficult. So that's one aspect. Then the communication aspect is one of the challenges as well, in the sense that so people, there are different people, different ethnic groups or ethnicities, cultural diversities and diversities, yeah, and different languages, you know. So I speak English. You can meet someone else that doesn't speak English, and you can't say you won't attend to the person because the person doesn't speak English. It's not acceptable. So what you have to do is you look for like an interpreter. But now the problem or the struggle with it is that if I'm to attend to someone that speaks English, I can use that, let's say 10-15 minutes and do what I have to do. But if I have to attend to someone that doesn't speak English, it's going to take me more time. It's going to consume more time for me to be able to do that. And not just doing it, you have to also do it in a way that the person understands what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the last but not the least, like you said, it's a lot, is lack of support from your workplace. So it's also part of the struggle because, you know, we're having a lot of patients that you're taking care of and a lot of responsibilities. You just see that sometimes, you know, people just come to work, it's just focused on what they have to do, not because they want to be mean or something, because they have a lot to do. Okay, so and sometimes you don't even get support, like you don't get enough support from at work due to reasons like this. Or is there any other thing we need to add to this as well? Is it just majorly it?
Well, about the technology, nursing is revolving, like we said, and the world is going more digital. Okay, so nothing cannot be left behind.
No, never.
While everything else is progressing.
Never.
Technology is
You
very
can't.
good. God.
Very
Okay,
good.
and it's
Very
going
good.
to make your life easier. Although at the initial stage where you're trying to
My
get,
struggle.
you're gonna struggle. Okay, like moving from a different country to another country, they've got their own software, they've got all the applications. You need to learn those stuff. Believe you me, when you do, you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay,
You have to give yourself time to actually learn all of these things.
Exactly.
Like gradual.
just to make your work easier.
Yeah. Okay, so
And then about the support.
About support. I feel, me personally, I feel like if you actually want support, you would get it in a way that, how do I explain this? Like, you can be in a particular place and then staff might be supportive, but some other people will be complaining that they're not being supported.
yeah.
Do you understand? So I feel like if you actually want to be supported, like, yeah, I think you can ask questions.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't get answer from a particular person, don't feel discouraged. Go to another person, ask, or go to a very, very familiar face, ask. They will support you. They can even talk to your manager for you, or talk to, you know, people in higher positions for you.
Yeah.
Because it depends on when you go meet someone for support. What if the person is very busy and the person is not even, you know, do you understand what I'm saying?
Like head is full.
Yeah. So, you know, you can be in a place and people will say, "Oh, I'm not being supported," and you have all the support you need.
Yeah.
You get
So
it?
I think maybe it's kind of it's a personal thing for different people or something like that.
I think it has to do with meeting the right person as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
meeting the right person too.
Because support system works actually. If you are going through a lot,
Yeah. And then if you feel someone is
if
not,
you get to meet the right person, the person is going to help you. Even if you're not satisfied, those people can refer you to another support system, and definitely you are going to get supported. Okay, it's just basically for you to meet the right channel.
Yeah.
So don't be
Okay.
dismayed.
All right, so we're not done with the challenges anyway, but we just have to stop here so that we go into other things. Yeah. So remember I said in the beginning that while we are dishing out these challenges to you, we'll also tell you some steps to at least feel better. Most of the truth is that most nurses know about these things we're mentioning, but it's just like a reminder. Yeah, and even the the tips on how to care for yourself and how to care for your mental health is like a reminder as well to nurses on what to do, because sometimes we're human beings, we forget. So for me, the first thing is
Jaye. Jaye.
Pray.
Jaye.
Pray.
You go pray.
That's the first thing.
That one
Pray.
is normal.
First thing is
But,
prayer.
Ah.
Prayers first. Be prayerful. As a nurse, you have to be prayerful.
Yes. Lead us not into temptations.
Not the one that you not pray in the morning, you not go to work and be doing like person that, of course.
Necessary. But after prayers, make sure you take care of yourself. Jaye. It's really important.
Enjoy yourself.
Unwind.
Spend your money.
Very important.
Go to vacations.
Buy whatever you want.
Go to vacations.
Well, I think the most important thing is just like it's actually part of what Ebuka and Barry, what they're trying to say, and I think it's taking care of yourself, which is, for me, it's about your rest and your sleep. Yeah. It's very important, like highly important. We can't even overemphasize this because nurses do a lot. So the little time you have to rest, I think you just have to make maximum use of that time. Sleep. And one important thing about sleep, like I was telling you guys today, is your mattress. You need to get a very good mattress, because if not,
that's why you come back home like this. So you wake up the next morning, your body will be aching.
You may be dealing with a lot of things, back pain, leg pain. But then if you have a very good mattress and you ensure that you're bringing out that time, you are ensuring, you have to be very intentional about it, and you're sleeping well. The little time you have to sleep, you just have to make use of it. If you're married, and of course your spouse should understand, if it's just spending time with the children while you're trying to rest, you just discuss it with your spouse and they know how you go about it. It helps in a very
she will run away from the house and go and rest somewhere.
And then another way, now social media is doing a lot. So if you're able, just try and put away your phone for that before you sleep, just at least 1 hour. I'm just saying this, but I know it's not also easy for me. But then you just have to put away your phone, and if you kind of, should I say, it depends on your duty anyway, get your curtain. You can get a dark curtain that will just show light, take away light from wherever you are, your space at the point, and it's going to give you a very good sleep. Your mattress is very important.
Take vitamins as well.
Yeah, vitamins as well. Yeah. And then you said, I think it was you who said it, asking for help. It's also one of the tips to use. Struggles when you see that you're not being supported. Ask for help. Speak up. If you don't speak up, nobody knows what you're dealing with until something happens.
If you keep bottling things in your mind, the mental health is actually important. Let's even leave the physical aspect.
Exactly.
The mental health is very, very important. If you feel like you need to just take a walk, or you need to take a little break from work, you can actually request for off days. You can actually, plan your annual leave, just have little rest for yourself, go outside your normal comfort zone and enjoy yourself. Because mental health is important too, because nurses, many nurses can be depressed and they don't even know that they are depressed. Yeah. So it's something that people really need to look into, just take some time, rest. If you have to leave your house, take a walk. At most, take a walk. If it's to even go to the gym, or if it's even go to the gym, just go somewhere that is different from your comfort zone. Because sometimes when you get back from work and you go back home, it's like the same routine over and over again. And you might even if you have some personal problems, and you're back to your house, you might just end up thinking about the thing all over and over again. But if you're not in that same comfort zone and you go out, you're around people, you're going to forget your worries, honestly.
Yeah.
In all, just do what works for you. Whatever that works for you, just do it. For me, I love my sleep. I can't do without it.
Nice.
Don't
sleep all your time away, I think.
So, to just summarize what Barry has said and what Ebuka has said, It's basically just take care of yourself. And how are you going to do this? By eating well, take some vitamins, ask for help at work when you are at work. And even if you're not at work, if you're at home and you know that you need to do something, but at that point you need to rest, ask for help. If you have someone that can help you, let's say you need to walk your dog, but then you need to sleep, ask for help.
Walk your dog.
If there's someone that can help you. And then you also do some things like exercise, go to the gym, go for massage, spa, even yoga. Okay, just do it, meditate, relax within. And then visit your doctor. A lot of medical people, they don't like visiting their GPs. They don't. Maybe they've seen a lot. So, but it's important that you take care of your health. And I think I have to say this again. We've discussed it before. If you're at work, please try and take your break. Try and hydrate yourself very well. It helps with your brain. Drink water very well, and don't forget to eat as well. Then I think that's just it anyway. Yeah, talk therapy. You need to speak to people. Talk. Don't just go home and just stay indoors. You can sleep if you have to, but then you have your support system. You have people that you can always call when you want to discuss them. I'm not saying you should discuss patients, because patients, we all know that it's supposed to be confidential. Just talk. If you just need to just talk and then feel better. Just the therapy. Talking is therapeutic. So talk and feel good. Is there another thing? And then another thing is going for your trainings. Helps with your confidence and competence. Like you just when you are, should I say, when you do what you're supposed to do and then you know what you're doing, it gives you this confidence that you're not even scared of anything. You don't look like you're walking on eggshells. So these things they're actually going to make you feel better while struggling as a nurse. I don't know if you guys have any other
Also
things.
try to make reasonable friends.
Yeah. So in addition to this, actually, there is this. I just want to shout out to this page on Instagram, Operation Happiness. If you've not heard about it, you can just browse and just check on them. They do a lot to help nurses. They have a team for therapy, exercise. It's actually free. Registration is free. It's free. So they just want to make nurses feel good. So on Instagram, you find them on Operation Happy Nurse. So you can just look into their website, and if you want to have a chat with them concerning what they do, if you like to join them, it's free. Like I said, you can go ahead and do what you have to do. Yeah, if it's going to make you feel good. They're just there for nurses. Yeah. So I think have we really emphasized much? Like, have we really discussed this aspect of tips on advice to nurses? Is there any other thing you guys want to add? Nothing. Barry. Okay, so the last topic here now.
Do we still have another topic?
No, not like the advice to patients.
Okay.
That's the last one. I think guys. So that's the last one. So it's important to actually note that everyone is a potential patient, and we should also know that as much as we are nurses, we're taking care of patients, and we are seen as angels, we are human beings. Yeah, a nurse can forget. A nurse has a lot, and also know that as a nurse, I'm not taking care of just you. I have other patients that I'm taking care of. We plan our day as nurses. We know we prioritize patients and plan our day as nurses, but then we're appealing to patients as well, that if you happen to be a patient at any point, know that we're human beings. We're nurses. We're here to take care of you, and you just need to make us feel. You just need to help us at least. Even to family members that visit their patients, try and encourage your family. Okay, encourage them to, you can visit them and help them to gain independence, because that's the most important thing here, you being able to gain independence, and let the nurses do what the nurses have been doing for you. try and if they are not eating, encourage them to eat. If it's time for food and you are there with them while they are being served, you can as well take it up, like just ask the nurse to assist the nurse to feed the patient. Believe me, the nurse is going to be very happy because it's more like you've taken up something that you can do for her. Is there any other thing? I don't know if I said.
For all the patients out there, thank you all for trusting us. Because before someone could actually give you that privilege of giving the person medications and everything, has to go with trust.
Yeah.
So thank you all for trusting us. Okay?
Yeah.
And for the relatives, I know it's not really easy for you guys actually looking after someone or saying that someone is undergoing a surgery. You just imagine stuff like that. So I know you guys are doing a lot. So we appreciate you as well. And on the other hand, we the nurses need support as well from you guys.
Take it easy on us.
In any way that you are not happy with our treatment, okay, or our services, just let us know. Okay, this is what we can work out. Okay, I might be doing the right thing, but you're not happy with how I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I can actually get someone else to do that same thing for you, and you'll be happy with it. Okay, it's just basically dialoguing and reaching an agreement. Okay,
talk to us like human beings.
There's no fight. We are not in the hospital to fight with anybody. We're just there to make sure that you get better.
It's a nurses, like we get happy when patients are like happy with our care and everything we do for them.
Exactly.
No matter what it is, even if it's like the most little thing in the whole world, like just getting you a cup of water and you say thank you, it makes us happy.
Just thank you.
So just let us know, okay? And we'll sort you out. So no fights, please.
Don't forget. Thank you. Please. What else? What are those magic words? It goes a long way.
Yeah. Thank you. Please.
And for people watching us that wants to go into nursing, don't be discouraged about all this. Nursing is the best profession that you can think of.
Because nursing is very diverse and you can do a lot of things with nursing as a profession. A lot of things. I found out good some nursing specialties that people can actually
love specialties that we'll discuss some other day.
Nursing is actually something that you can get done and develop yourself quickly.
So don't be discouraged.
Don't be discouraged. Honestly, don't be discouraged. Men can be nurses. Women can be nurses.
You don't see me now.
It's not limited to women only.
I'm here.
Honestly, don't come and say you want to be a doctor. Being a doctor is good, but nursing is. I feel nursing is actually way better.
It is actually. So don't be discouraged.
Okay, so you've heard from all of us, and I like this last part that they're saying don't be discouraged.
Yeah, don't be discouraged.
This video is not to discourage anyone intending to become a nurse. It's actually to help you when you get into the profession, so help you get surprised, help you with these challenges. But don't forget, there are challenges, but that doesn't mean that it's there to stay.
Yeah,
a lot of things change. Nothing is evolving. Things are happening. Things are changing. Believe me, if it wasn't changing, we'll still be in Florence Nightingale era. But things are changing.
Nursing last is very, very different from nursing this year.
Yeah,
very different. Okay,
so we're done. Yeah, thank you so much for listening, and thank you, Ebuka, and thank you, Barry.
You're welcome.
But they are very special nurses, so they know they are well grounded in what they are doing. So I'm happy.
That's grounded.
So I'm happy having you here, and I hope we'll do this again.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So to my listeners, I appreciate you guys.
And I appreciate you. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Hope to do this again. And of course, if you have any question, you can always reach out. Like I said, my name is Adobe Okoye on Instagram, Facebook. Email address is zenithhealth@gmail.com. So if you need to speak to any of them, if you don't ask any questions, just put it down and we'll see to that. Okay?
Yeah, please follow Ada. Like and share, please.
Yes, please. And listen with your loved ones. I'm sure you
Yes.
learned something, even if it's
And reach out
send it
to us.
someone.
Reach
Yeah,
out. Reach out.
reach out.
We're happy to help anyone.
Reach out
So
to us with
reach
some
out,
money.
please.
Okay.
Don't mind Ebuka, but reach out, please. We're always here to help. We're always here to. If you're a patient, so please reach out if you need help. Not financially, anyways. But if you need help in any way, aside financially or something else,
Otherwise.
or if you need help with anything that has to do with nursing, just reach out to us.
See you
We
guys
love
some other
all of
time.
you.
And take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.